filter on this, we love a filter. That's quite nice. So, if you are, as always, if you are not joining us live and you're joining in after I've uploaded this video, I will put a link in the description below that will skip you forward to the place where we start, because for the next 15 minutes I am literally just waiting for people to arrive and having a little bit of a chat, catching up with people. It's quite nice. If you are joining us live, you will need a sofa or the edge of a bed or a bench. If you have a single dining room chair, it might not be enough. As you can see, I've got 3, because we'll be doing some sort of side stretches where you need to put one hand beside you and one hand over the side, and also we might be lifting our leg up onto the sofa or the bed or whatever it is you've got. If you are going to use a few dining room chairs like I have used, I would suggest putting them against the wall, just because you don't want them to topple over for whatever reason if you're not going to be sitting on these chairs in the way in which they were intended to be sat on. So yeah, other things you might need is a strap. If you don't have a strap, don't worry, you can use a tea towel, or you can use a belt, or you can use anything really that you can wrap around your foot perhaps and grab a hold of with your hands. Something we're going to be doing is having our hands behind our back like this. So something, hopefully you can see what I'm doing, something that means you can do that. If you can already do things like putting your hands behind your back and grabbing a hold of your toes, then you won't need a strap. But if you feel like you'll benefit from one, then just grab something that resembles a strap. If your sofa or your chairs are pretty low, they're not, or you're particularly long. I was practicing this on my boyfriend earlier. I was like, sit on the sofa and just see if you can do this. And he's really long. He's like 6'4" or something. And he just has really long shins. So if that's the case, you might need a pillow to sit up a little bit higher, just to make sure you're comfortable sat on the edge of your sofa. So yeah, a sofa or a bed, a strap or something that resembles a strap, and yourself, and some chill time. So today we're going to be doing lots of obviously upper body stuff. There's not a lot that you can do on the sofa whilst sat. That means that you're going to do a lot of leg stuff. So yeah, it'll be mostly a shoulders, neck, upper body work. So even if you're not a beginner, or maybe you're just tuning in from a van and you're just having a go at having a stretch from a van, you may find this relaxing, you may find it beneficial. It doesn't necessarily have to be for people who have limited mobility. So it's great for everyone really. It's good stuff. So we've got a few people in now. If you've joined us and you're planning on sticking around, leave a comment in if you can. I know some people have made me aware that if you're not a member of YouTube, if you're not signed up to YouTube, you can't use the comments. But if you can use the comments or the live chat, let us know where you are from, who you are, who you're joining in with. How are you feeling? What kind of establishment are you in? Are you one of my van friends, or are you just tuning in because you want to do a little bit of exercise on the sofa? It doesn't involve getting on the floor. Let us know. Let us know. I want to hear from you. Let's have a look. Top chats. Yeah, weather in the UK has been good. If you're in the UK, weather's been amazing. Typical thing to start talking about when you're British, the weather. But the weather's been fantastic. Apparently this time last year, was it snowing? I can't remember. I'm sure someone posted like a memory from last year and it was snowing. God, oh no, I was in Mallorca this time last year. The weather there was nice. Yeah, let us know how you're feeling. Let us know what you're up to. What day of quarantine are you on, or isolation, or whatever it is we're calling this, lockdown, or what day are you on? Are you crawling the walls yet, or are you indulging in your hobbies? I kind of feel like I'm the type of person that was born for this type of thing. I literally have, like, my list of hobbies is longer than my arm, and I'm one of those people who just, I sort of thrive on my own because I'm quite artistic minded, and when I'm on my own I just sort of get really creative, and then I'll start like drawing and crafting things, and I'll start like doing little dance routines or putting the music on and having like a crazy freestyle stretch session. I'm just that kind of person. I'll start baking cakes, you name it, I'll start doing it. I'll get the camera out, I've got like a digital camera, and I'll start taking photographs of really odd and unusual things just for pure pleasure. So I kind of feel like I'm the kind of person that would be okay in this situation. But let us know how you're doing. Are you a crafty, creative, artistic kind of person, or are you like, oh, I just want this to be over now? How are you keeping yourself entertained during this time? Let us know, let us know, let us know. Could all do with a little bit of inspiration, I think, during this time. If you are a reader, let us know what you're reading. I'm not a big reader. Actually, I only just really started reading this year. I could probably tell you how many books I've read on one hand. But yeah, I've started reading this year, and I'm currently reading The Alchemist. It's apparently, it's written by a Portuguese guy, but it's been translated into like so many different languages. I think it's quite an old book. Not too old, but it's quite an old book. And it's sold millions of copies worldwide, and it's about a shepherd that crosses the desert to find his dream, and that's currently what I'm reading. Before that, I was reading the Yoga Girl's new book, which is incredible. If you have not read Yoga Girl's new book, you should definitely read it. It's so inspirational. So yeah, check out some new books. So for those of you who have just joined us, things that you'll need for this session are a sofa, or the edge of a bed, or a few seats lined up. One seat kind of isn't enough because you need at some point one to put your hand on. We're going to do some side stretches, and then maybe we're going to lift our leg up in a bit onto one of the seats. And also, if you have something handy, maybe you can grab a strap. If you don't have a strap, you can grab a tea towel or a scarf or a belt or anything soft and flexible that you can lengthen your limbs with, so to speak. And if you want to put some music on, you can put your own music on. I have some tranquility music in the background. Not sure if you can hear it, but it's on, mainly for my benefit, so I don't feel like I'm in some kind of awkward silence when I'm instructing. But feel free to put whatever music you want on in the background if that's accessible to you. And just for the record to YouTube, this is royalty-free music. This is something I've searched for on Spotify, especially. It's royalty-free music, so they don't take away my monetization. So the past few days I've been uploading these YouTube lives, and I leave them on after because they're free, right? They're free. I'm not asking for any like donations or any subscription charges or anything like that. So I just click monetize on my videos, so the YouTube pays me for like if they put an advert on it when I upload it later on. And if I put music on in the background, they like half my monetization, or they don't monetize my videos at all. But over the past few days with the videos I've uploaded, I've made 37 cents. Which I don't know what that is in pounds, but it's American dollars that it comes in. 37 cents, that's good going. Oh well, it's all good fun, right? I enjoy it, that's the main thing. That's the main thing. Yeah. So I've got the house to myself this evening because my boyfriend is a fireman, and I was just about to make him some crumpets and give him a little snack before I went upstairs to do this video, and then his pager went off and he's been called out now to do some jobs, so I've got the house to myself, which kind of makes me feel better in a way because he doesn't have to sit downstairs awkwardly listening to me talk to a camera for half an hour to an hour, which kind of is comforting to me. But also uncomforting because I don't know where he's gone and if he's okay, but I'm sure I'll be fine. He always comes back. At least he gets to go out, that's a good thing. He gets to see his work buddies. So are you guys working from home, or are you still working? Or are you on, is your work on hiatus? Are you going to work later but not postpone on a long holiday right now? Hello! Everyone's slowly joining in now. So if you are able to join in the chat, I don't know if your little chat button's the same as mine, but I've got a chat button down here where I can see you guys. If you're able to join in the chat, leave us a little message, let us know who you are, if you can, where you're from. So I was going to put my hair up this evening, but after last night's hair malfunction disaster, I've just decided to leave it down. I think it should be okay. If it annoys me, I do have a little bobble and I can put it back up. Good. So I will post this video afterwards. So if you enjoy it and you want to share it with any friends, you can share it. If you have missed it for whatever reason, you couldn't join in, then you can watch it whenever you like. Or maybe you enjoyed it and you want to watch it again. It will be there. It will be there forever. For as long as YouTube exists, I hope it will be there. I also have no idea what time it is. I'm just thinking that when 15 minutes have elapsed on the live, then it will be time to start. So hopefully you can all hear me. Hopefully I'm speaking loud enough. I am aware that when I'm all the way over there on the chairs, I probably need to speak a little bit louder. Hello. I can just see people dipping in and out on the live count at the top there. Good, so we've got about 2 or 3 minutes before we go live. Well, we already are live, but until we begin. So I'll give everyone a couple more minutes that wanted to join or remembers to join. I think everyone knows that they can join at a later date if they wanted to watch but can't, so that's fine. Also, yesterday I was not aware, and I don't know how because I was online probably all day like everyone, and also my boyfriend wasn't aware that yesterday they were doing the applause for the NHS and for our key workers. So I apologise that I didn't mention that yesterday when we were doing our beginner's session. Apparently it was amazing, and I went and had a little moment and had a little speak with my boyfriend about it yesterday when I got back downstairs from doing the session. So that was amazing. I don't know how I managed to miss that on the internet there. If I'd known, we'd all have stopped and had a little clap mid-sesh. But yeah, I wasn't aware, but that's amazing. It sounded really good. I've seen all the videos of everyone like out in the streets clapping and applauding, and it looked amazing. I mean, what a way to all come together and show our appreciation, because these members of staff are really risking their life, I guess, to some degree when they're having to deal with patients coming in potentially with this life-threatening virus. So they're brave and they're essential, and I guess anything we can do to show our appreciation is probably greatly received. So it should now be past. If you have just joined us, I've noticed a few people have dropped in and out. If you have just joined us, make sure you've got a nice space on the sofa that you can lean from side to side. And just a little something, perhaps, it's not entirely essential, but perhaps you want something like a strap or a tea towel or something that you can just use as a strap. Or you can just use your belt from your clothing or anything really, anything, a scarf. So just grab something real quick. And if your sofa's quite low or you're quite a tall person, you can also prop yourself up on a cushion, that's great. Yeah, but we'll begin. So hopefully you can all hear me from there, if you're joining in. Hopefully you are. So if you do have a strap or a block, you can just put it to one side for now. We're going to come to a comfortable position. I'll just take a drink of water so that I'm not spitting feathers. Come to a comfortable position on your chair or your sofa or your bedside. So we're not going to sit back on the sofa to begin with. We're going to sit up on the edge. Hopefully our feet can be flat on the ground here. And we can rest our hands in our lap. So we're trying to sit up nice and tall here if we can. But relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the face. So you can close the eyes if you wish. That feels good to do so. And you can just listen to my voice for a little while. So we're going to start to ground ourselves. At the beginning of any practice that I do, I always like to begin with a seated practice with just a little bit of breathing, just to ground us and bring us into the present moment and prepare us for what it is that we are about to do. So as you sit here, just take a few moments to notice how you're feeling this evening. If it is evening where you are. Noticing any sensations in the body. Noticing any tension you may be carrying in the body right now. Tension in the shoulders perhaps. Tension in the back or the neck or the face. And seeing if you can allow that tension to become released, relaxed. See if you can let that tension soften as you sit here. Good. So bringing your awareness now to the breath. Noticing how the breath is that you've arrived with, that you've begun with. Noticing the rhythm of it. Noticing the depth of it. Noticing where you're breathing from, the nose or the mouth. But wherever you are, see if you can start to make the breath now a little bit deeper. A little bit smoother. And a little bit longer. And starting to breathe all the way down into the belly. Maybe you notice the belly rise and fall now as you breathe. And breathing all the way up into the rib cage. Noticing the rib cage flare and contract as you breathe. And breathing all the way up into the chest and the collarbones, feeling the chest and the collarbones rise and fall as you inhale and exhale. Good, you've got it. A few more deep, long, smooth breaths, just like that. Good, you've got it. Should be quite relaxing to sit here, breathing nice and deep and slowly like this. Good. So when we're ready, we're going to start to make some movements with that breath, hopefully. So when we're ready, we're going to inhale the shoulders up. As we exhale, we're going to roll them back and down. So keeping it going, we're going to inhale to roll the shoulders up and exhale to roll the shoulders back and down. So keep it going with the speed and rhythm of your own breath, making big circular motions with the shoulders, keeping the arms nice and relaxed. You can make the circles as big as you like, or as little if that feels better. Good. You might feel a crunch in the collarbone like I just did. Feels quite nice just to open up. A little creak and a pop in the shoulders. Maybe you've got crunchy shoulder blades. Just ironing out all those creases, crunchy bits that might be hiding up around the neck, the shoulders. Good. A couple more just like that. Good, so nestling the shoulders down nice and low here now. Should be feeling a little bit warmer around the shoulders and the neck. So we'll go ahead and see if we can start to think about stretching the neck out a little bit here. So all we're going to do is we're going to take the left hand, take it down to the left hand side. See if you can press into those left fingertips. From here we're going to take the right ear down to the right shoulder to open up the left hand side of the neck. So we are bringing the ear to the shoulder rather than bringing the shoulder up to the ear. So keep the shoulder nice and relaxed down and allow the head to fall under the weight of gravity over to the right hand side. And really pressing those left fingertips into the cushioning of the sofa or the bed, wherever you're sat. So if you want to, if this is enough, here is fine, you can keep it here. If you want to go for a little bit more, you're not quite feeling that stretch in the neck, you can take the right hand and you can rest it on the side of the head, just for a little bit of weight. We're not tugging here, we're not pulling, we're just literally resting the weight of the hand on the side of the head. And take a few deep breaths just to soften and open the left hand side of the neck. Keeping the spine long here, so it's just a stretch in the neck. Couple more big breaths. Should feel quite nice. If it doesn't feel nice, you can always ease off a little. Good. So when you're ready, you're going to release the right hand if it's on top of the head. You're going to lift the head. So from here, you're going to take the face and you're going to look over the right shoulder. You're going to now bring the nose down towards the right shoulder, keeping those left fingers pressed down. And you should feel a stretch in the side of the neck, again, but in a slightly different place this time. So again, you're bringing the face towards the shoulder rather than the shoulder towards the face. And again, if you want to, you've got the optional extra of adding the weight of the right hand to the head. So I'm just going to hold around the back of the head and use the weight of the hand just to give a little extra stretch in the left hand side of my neck. Again, taking some nice deep breaths to help soften the muscles of the neck, soften the muscles of the shoulders. I'm still actively pressing through those left fingertips. Good, you've got a couple more breaths. Nice, so if you've got the hand on the back of the head, you can release that. Start to bring the head back up through centre. And we'll take the same thing on the opposite side. So this time we're taking the right fingertips down to the right hand side, pressing into those. We're going to bring the left ear, nearly got it wrong then, and he said right. We're going to bring the left ear down to the left shoulder. So again, you're bringing the ear down rather than the shoulder up. Pressing away through those right fingertips. Finding the stretch in the right hand side of the neck. Should go from around about the shoulder up towards the ear. That sensation of stretchiness, all the stretchiness. Good. Again, if you want the optional extra, you can take the left hand and rest it on the side of the head, just to give that little bit of extra weight. So remember here, we are not pulling, we're not tugging with the hand, we are literally just resting it there for the extra weight to intensify that stretch in the neck. So a couple more big breaths here. You've got it, you're doing great. Good. So when you're ready, you can release that hand if it's on top of the head. Bring the head back up through centre. So this time we're looking over to the left hand side with the face. And we bring the nose down towards the left shoulder to find the stretch again in the right hand side of the neck, slightly different place. Pushing those right fingertips away. And again, if you want to, you can take the left hand, rest it on top or the back of the head for a little bit of extra weight. So if you've got a nice tight neck, you've been suffering from a little bit of neck pain for whatever reason, you might be able to stretch it out here. Good, you've got a couple more big breaths. Good, you've got it, one more. Inhaling and exhaling. And when you're ready, you can release that left hand. Start to bring the head back through centre. Good. So just to reset the neck here, we'll just make some tiny circles with the nose. So the whole head moves, not just the nose, unless you're, is it Sabrina the Teenage Witch that can wiggle her nose? One of the witches, I'm not sure which. But either way, we're just making little circles with the head in one direction. Sometimes I forget how good a bit of slow yoga is. It really is like massaging yourself from the inside. Good, and a few in the opposite direction now. Maybe you move with the breath here too. Good, and then when you're ready, coming back through centre. So from here, we're going to take a big inhale. We're going to swoop both the arms up. We're going to interlace the fingers. Can't quite see my fingers there. Interlacing the fingers. And we're going to press the little fingers towards the back of the room. I'm going to turn slightly here so you can see my shoulders. So if you're here and you're already feeling the stretch through the armpit area and the chest, that's completely fine. What we're aiming to do is to try and move the fingers a little further back without having to arch the back. Nice stretch through the armpits, nice stretch through the arms, nice stretch through the chest. So taking a few breaths here. I can see someone leaving me a comment, but I can't quite read it from over here, so I'll read it later. But if you're joining us, hello. We've only just started. Good, you've got it, nice. So when you're ready, you're going to exhale, release those arms. They get a little bit achy up there, right? Good, so give them a little wiggle if you need to. I've just eaten the hair. Good, so when we're ready, we're going to inhale those arms back up. Interlace the fingers, press them away. So we're going to make some little movements here from side to side now. So any ways that it feels good. Maybe you want to take a big inhale to lengthen. Exhale down to one side. So keep the buttocks grounded. Inhaling up. And exhale and side stretching to the other side. So keep it moving with the speed of your own breath. Maybe inhale center. Exhale one side. Inhale center. Exhale the other. So keeping it going. Nice and easy. Opening one set of ribs and then the other. Warming up the spine laterally here, nice and easy. just thinking of all the places that you could actually do this type of yoga. Maybe in a waiting room somewhere once we are able to go in waiting rooms again. Maybe in your car when you're in a queue. Good. A couple more just like that. Good. So when you're ready, inhale, center. Exhale to release. Nice. So from here, we're going to see if we can stretch out the the shoulders. I got it right. So when we're ready, we're going to take the right arm out and we're going to bring it across the body to the left hand side. So from here, you can take your left hand, you can grab just above the elbow, and you can pull that arm in a little closer. If you want to, you can use the forearm to pull that arm in as well, the left forearm. And if you want to, you can look with the face over to the right hand side. A couple of breaths. Stretching that arm, that shoulder out. Good. So when you're ready, big inhale. Exhale to release. Give the shoulder a little wiggle if you need to. And we'll take the same thing opposite side. So left arm reaches out. And then when you're ready, you reach it across to the right hand side. Taking the right hand, grabbing hold of just above the elbow joint. And pulling that arm a little closer to a place where it feels quite nice, where you're feeling a little stretch up here somewhere in the shoulder, in the back of the shoulder. And take a few breaths. Now remember, if you want to, you can slide that right arm up and use the forearm and shoulder joint to pull the arm a little closer. Keeping the body facing forward here. And again, if you want to, you can look with the head to the left hand side. A couple of breaths, you've got it, nice. Good, so when you're ready, you can release out of that one. Give the shoulder a little wobble and a roll if you want to. Good, so we'll start to think about taking a nice little side stretch here. So this is where you're going to need a little bit of room on the sofa. So if anyone's sort of close, give them a little bit of a scooch out the way. Or if anything's in the way, you can scooch it out of the way. So we're going to take our right hand down to the right hand side. We're going to inhale, left arm up. And as we exhale, we're going to rainbow over to the right hand side. So keep both buttocks grounded here. If one starts to pop up, press it down. Keep a nice space here between the shoulder and the ear of the left arm, the left shoulder. Take a few breaths. And we'll go again in a minute and see if we can go a little deeper. But for now, being up quite high is quite nice. So just check in with what the upper body's doing. If you're starting to round down through the chest like this, you're starting to face the sofa or the bed, wherever you are. See if you can imagine that you're trying to press the back against the wall. You're between two sheets of glass here. You're the filling of a sandwich. Everything's facing forward. Keeping the arm above nice and long if we can. Try to wrap it around the head. If you want to wrap it around the head, you're more than welcome to, but it feels better if you don't, in my humble opinion. So when we're ready, we're going to inhale through center. Place the left hand down. Inhale, right arm up. And as we exhale, we're rainbowing over to the left hand side. If you come to any of my yoga classes in person, you know I can't speak anyway. I just mumble a load of rubbish half the time. So again, we're keeping both buttocks grounded. Keeping that right hip down. A little bit of space between the shoulder and the ear. Soft bending left elbow. We're really reaching out through those right fingertips, getting a lovely opening down the right hand side of the body. Should feel quite nice. So breathing deeply, sending the breath if you can. Filling the lungs on the right hand side here to get that extra stretch. Deep breaths. One more big breath here, you've got it. Good, so when we're ready, inhale up. Exhale, right arms down. We'll do one more on each side, see if we can take it a little bit deeper. So we're going to inhale, left arm up. Exhale, rainbow over to the right hand side. This time maybe you can shuffle the hand away a little, or maybe you can bring the elbow down a little closer. If you are bringing the elbow down a little further, again, keep that left buttock grounded. Don't let it pop up. Might be hard if you're on a squishy sofa not to let it pop up. So pointing through those left fingertips, making this really long arc on the left hand side of the body. Couple of big breaths here. You've got it. You're doing great. It's really nice when you can take a few moments like this just to treat yourself, treat your body. One more big breath, you've got it. When you're ready, inhale up. And we're going to exhale, take it to the opposite side. Left hand touches down. Inhale, right arm comes up. Exhale, rainbowing over to the left, maybe shuffling the left hand away a little, maybe bringing that left elbow a little closer to the sofa or the furniture, whatever you're on. Keeping the right buttock down. Yeah, you've got it, nice. Pointing through those right fingertips, nice big stretch. Again, keeping the chest lifted here. Try not to look down with the chest. You're looking forward with the chest. Keeping the head lifted, don't let the head sag if you can help it. Good, you've got it. Nice. When you're ready, inhale up. Exhale to relax. Nice, so from here, I just keep looking at my lesson plan, which I have so kindly sat and done today. So when we're ready, we're going to take hands to knees. Cat-cow, seated cat-cow. I'm going to turn slightly sideways just so you can see what my body's doing, but you guys can stay sitting facing forward. So taking hands to knees wherever we are, we're going to inhale, we're going to pull the body forward, pull chest, pull belly forward, lift the chin. As we inhale, big inhale to the front portion of the body. And as we exhale, we're going to push the body backwards. So we push the spine backwards and we bring the chin in towards the chest. So we do that with the breath now. We inhale to lift into cow, body presses forward, chin lifts. Exhale, we press it all back. So making these movements as exaggerated as you like. You can imagine that the spine is like a ripple or a wave. I like all movement in this posture or this sequence to originate from the base of the spine. So I allow the base of the spine to tilt. So make the hips tilt first, the spine rolls up, all the way through middle back, upper back, and then the chin's the last thing to look up. I like to do the same on the way back. So the hips tilt, rolls through the spine, and the chin is the last thing to come in. But you can do it any ways that feels good, as long as it does feel good, and that's the main thing. That is the aim of the game this evening, to feel good. Couple more, just like that. Almost feels too nice to stop, actually. Good, so when you're ready, coming back through centre. I'm going to sit back in the middle of my makeshift sofa now. So we'll do some nice easy spinal twists here now. Super easy, super good for the digestive system. If I can ever spit my words out. Good, we're going to inhale, sweep the arms up. Keeping the spine nice and long. As we exhale, we're going to twist to the right. So bring the left hand to right knee, outer knee. And maybe you can bring the right hand behind. You can always hold onto the back of the sofa here if you need to, or you just bring it to the space behind your bottom. And if you want to, you can tilt the head to look over the right shoulder. Keeping the spine nice and long here. Breathing deep belly breaths all the way down into the lower abdomen. Couple of big breaths. So this afternoon, I ate my lunch too fast, as I always do. I love eating food fast. I don't know why, I just do. And I had a really bad tummy ache. And then I went and sat outside on the bench and practiced this sequence that I've just wrote out for you guys, and my belly ache went, so maybe there's something in it. Good, so when you're ready, you're going to inhale center, lift the arms overhead. And as you exhale, you're going to twist to the opposite side. So right hand comes to left knee, left hand comes behind you, or maybe the back of the sofa, or maybe just behind your buttocks. And take a few breaths here, looking over your left shoulder if you can. Keeping that spine nice and long as well. So you might find with each exhale that you take, each out breath that you take, there's a little bit more room to move into as you twist. Maybe, maybe not. See how you feel. If it becomes available, maybe take it. But never forcing ourselves. Everything is just a suggestion. We try things. If they don't feel nice, we ease back out. So remember why we're here. We're here to look after the body. We're not here to punish it. One more big breath here. You've got it. Good, and when you're ready, unwinding out of that one. Good, so from here we're going to start to take some nice easy forward folds. So bring your feet together here, bring your knees together if they're not already. Super easy, this forward fold doesn't require much effort, but then we're going to switch it up with a tiny little gut massage, which is obviously optional. If you're just eating and you don't want to massage your gut, you can leave it out, that's fine. So all we're going to do is take a big inhale here, lift the body, lift the chest. And as we exhale, we're going to try and roll forward to see if we can place the belly on legs first, and then maybe the ribs touch down, and then maybe the chest. Maybe we can dangle here over the legs. If dangling doesn't feel great, you can place the hands on the shins and come up a little higher. But if it does feel good, you can really round over those legs. Maybe you can let the head and neck relax. I'm disappearing off the bottom of the screen now, so just as well that you're folding forward and can't see me. Just allowing the arms here to be heavy. Breathing into the back space of the body, so imagine you're sending the breath to the back space of your lungs. Allowing the head to relax here if you can. One more big breath here, you've got it. Good, and when we're ready, we're going to start to inhale and come all the way back up. And taking the hands behind us once we arrive, we're going to inhale and we're going to lift the chest, push into the furniture beneath us. I'm going to sit sideways so you can see. So we're inhaling, we're lifting the chest, pulling the shoulder blades together. If you want to, you can even interlace the hands behind the back and pull the shoulder blades together a little bit more. Lift the chest, lift the chin. So we are lifting the chin rather than letting the head fall backwards. So you're still in control of those muscles in the neck. Nice expanse across the front portion of the body. Good, and when you're ready, you can inhale back through center. So this is where the gut massage comes in. It doesn't really require much, and you can leave it out and just do the regular forward fold if you wish. If you want to massage the internal world, you're going to make a fist, and you're going to wrap your other hand around that fist, and you're going to bring it into around about the belly button or perhaps a little lower. You're going to take a big inhale here, keep the legs closed. Inhale to be tall. And as you exhale, you're just going to roll over the fist, just to massage the intestines here. Nice way to remove any trapped wind. Just as well it will be cushioned by the sofa. You can save that one for later. So a couple of breaths as you fold forward here. Trying to breathe into that little ball that you've created. Try and press the belly as you breathe into that little fist ball that you've created in the abdomen. This felt really great earlier when I had a bad tummy. That's why I threw it in. Good, so when you're ready, you're going to inhale to come all the way up. Once again, taking the hands behind you or interlacing them behind you. And then when you're ready to inhale next, you're lifting the chin, lifting the chest. Pull the shoulder blades together, again stretching through the front portion of the body. I'm in the smallest room of the house and the radiators have come on. So it's turned to hot sofa yoga for me. Quite nice though. Good, so when you're ready, you're going to come back through centre. If you need to take a little wiggle and a jiggle here, you can go for it. So we're going to try and stretch the space between the shoulder blades, the little rhomboids, the little muscles that help us pull the shoulder blades together now. So super easy this one really if you think about it. So all we're going to do is we're going to take the arms out in front. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see, so that they are in line with the shoulder. And then we're going to bend the elbows and bring the hands in front of the face, kind of like a Barbie doll pose here. Good. And then from here, we're going to keep the elbows at shoulder height if we can, bring the fingertips together, and then start to bring the elbows together. So you should start to feel it across the back, the upper back. Try to keep those elbows lifted if we can. Take a couple of breaths. We'll go to the next stage of this in a second. But we'll try this one first, because if you prefer this, you can go back to it. I know a lot of bodybuilders find this difficult, mainly because they've got massive pec muscles, but also because the muscles across the back are really tight. So when I used to work at the gym, I used to work at Simply Gym a long time ago now. And all the bodybuilders used to be like, how the hell do you get your elbows together like that? Good, so a couple of breaths. Good, one more. And then when you're ready, relax. Give yourself a little wiggle and a shake here if you need it. So the next step, eagle arms, eagle arms. So we'll go for the cuddle first, cuddle version first. So taking the arms back out in front, we're going to have the right arm on top. We're going to just grasp a hold of each shoulder. Lifting the elbows to shoulder height. And then what we're going to do is we're going to see if we can bring the backs of the hands together. Should feel kind of awkward, kind of weird. So if you've got this, you can keep it here. If you just totally don't like this at all, you can come back to the variation we were just doing. If you do have it, and you think this is grand, maybe you can try and bring the palms together. So it's more like fingers to palm here. And once you have got it, if you do have it, wherever you are, remember to try and lift the elbows up to get that stretch across the upper back. So a couple of breaths, feeling like pretzel arms here. So some yoga teachers or some yoga practitioners believe that this is detoxifying because it's meant to squeeze the excess blood out of the arms. You can also do a variation where you're standing with the legs as well, but I'll leave that to what you think, whether you think that's true or not. So a couple of big breaths. And then when you're ready, you can release out of that one. Give the shoulders a little roll and a wiggle if you need to. Good, so we'll do the same thing opposite side. So we're taking the arms up. This time the left arm is going to come over the top. We'll grab a hold of each shoulder. Keep it here if you want to. If you want to, you can take the backs of the hands to touch. Nearly couldn't say that then. And if you want to, bring in the palms to touch. And once you've got it all, wherever you're at, bring in the elbows a little bit higher. So hopefully you're all still sat at the edge of your seat and you've not reclined. Let yourself go at this point. Just checking in on you all there. Very easy to start to slump off and just give it half the effort. But just try and stay with it here. Couple of big breaths. Good, so when you're ready you can release out of that one. Give the shoulders a little wiggle and a little jiggle if they need it. Good, so this is where our strap is going to come in if we have one. If you have a strap or a tea towel or a long sock or anything, you can think about using this now. You might not need it, but we'll see. So what we're going to do, I'm going to have to turn around in a second so you can see this one. We're going to inhale, take right arm above our head. And as we exhale, you're going to see if you can take the hand to the bottom of the neck. So the opposite arm is going to go behind and up the back. So the idea is that the fingers would touch. So if I get my strap, I can demonstrate how you would do that with the strap. So you sling the strap over your back. The strap dangles down and you catch a hold of it with the hand at the bottom. And you chill out here. So if you can reach the fingers together and clasp the hands at the back of the back, you can go for that. So wherever you're at, check in with your posture now. If you're rounding forward and that elbow, that right elbow is coming down by the side of your face, press the elbow back, lift, lift, lift. Breathe into the chest. Maybe after a few breaths, you might be able to get those hands a little closer. Couple of breaths, you've got it. And just hear that my boyfriend's arrived back. Really curious to find out what he's been up to. Always something interesting. Good, so when you're ready, one more big breath here. And then when you're ready, you can release out of that one. Good, it's nice. So same thing, opposite side. So if you are going to use your strap, put your strap over now into your left hand, because we're going to take that hand above our head. And then we're going to drop the hand down behind us with the strap if you've got it. Taking right hand back and trying to find that strap or that tea towel or whatever it is you're using. And then again, opening everything up in the front, trying not to slump forward here if we can help it. Press that left elbow back. Reaching the hands a little bit closer with each breath that you take. Couple of big breaths. And so hopefully after all this, your shoulders should feel quite nice. If you haven't overdone it, that is. So whenever we're practicing yoga, it's always very tempting to sort of push a little bit further and push past that barrier that says ouch. But you should always work with your edge and not push past it, and that's where things start to feel nice. As soon as you start to go, the ego kicks in and goes, come on, you can do it, you can go a bit further, then that's when you start to move into the boundaries of pain, and we don't want that. Good, couple more big breaths. Good, you've got it. So when you're ready, unwinding out of that one, giving the arms a little wiggle and a whirl and a swirl if you need to. Good, so we'll start to move on to the legs. We'll do a couple of things with the legs and then we'll start to think about chilling out. So you've done really well so far. Good, so from here, I'm going to sit back a little bit further so you can see me. We're going to start on the right leg. So nice and easy, we're going to straighten the right leg out in front. Now if you are one of my van friends and you don't have much space in front of you, or you've got a coffee table in front of you, you can turn slightly to the side and you can lift that leg up. So hopefully you've got just enough space there. If you can see my foot, you should have enough space because there's like half a meter here. Good, so nice and easy, we're going to put that foot back down. We're going to move it with the breath here now. We're going to inhale, lift, and really lift using the power of the thigh. And as we exhale, place it back down. A couple more just like that. Inhale in to lift. Pulling that foot in towards the face as well as you do so, flexing the right foot. Exhale down. Trying to keep the back tall here as well. Inhale, lift. You might use a little bit of the core as well to lift that leg. Exhale down. A couple more, nice and easy. You should feel a little burn here. I always love that burn. Inhale, up. Exhale down. One more just like that. Inhale it up. Exhale it down. Good, so this time we're going to inhale it up and we're going to hold it and leave it there. So maybe your foot doesn't come quite as high and it's down here but you're still feeling it. Perfect. So when you're ready, inhale, lift as high as you can and hold it there and breathe. Can feel quite intense on that thigh. Make sure you keep the spine lifted. It can be very tempting to start to round backwards and try to lie down here, but keep it all lifted. Ooh, it's getting real. The burn is getting real. Good, nice big inhale. And as you exhale, relax that leg. So we'll do the same thing opposite side. So If you do need to switch sides because you don't have the space, then go for it now. If you can do it with legs out in front, then do it with legs out in front. So when we're ready, left leg this time. We're going to inhale, lift, point the toes in towards the face. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. A few more just like that. Inhale into lift. Exhale into lower. Keeping the spine long here. Inhaling. Exhaling. Remember, as long as you're feeling that you're doing good, inhaling. Exhaling. Oh God, that was my lunch. So when we're ready, we're going to take another breath and we're going to hold it up. We're going to keep it lifted. So when you're ready, nice big inhale lifts the leg. As high as you possibly can. And hold it there. Relax, chill. Use the fine muscle here. Breathe, keep the spine lifted, keep the shoulders relaxed. Maybe a little bit of the core starting to fire up now. Breathe it on out, breathe it through. The deeper you breathe, the less it burns. One more big breath, you've got it, come on, you've got it in you. And then when you're ready, relax that leg down. Oh, that's nice. Good, so if you aren't already sideways on the sofa, we're going to go sideways on the sofa. If you do have a coffee table that you are allowed to put your feet on, bonus. If not, then we're going to go sideways. Just shuffling over to the left-hand side of your sofa. We're going to see, I'm going to move my stuff out of the way. Let's see if we can put the right leg up on the sofa here. So if you put the right leg up and it has to be bent because it's too crazy on the hamstrings, don't worry about it, that's fine. As long as you're feeling a little bit of something down the back of that right leg, perfect. So pulling the toes in, flexing that right foot. Nice, you've got it. So we're going to turn the body to face that right foot if we can. We're going to take our hands, we're going to rest them on that right leg. We're going to take a big inhale, we're going to lift the chest, lift the body. And as we exhale, we're going to slide those hands down the leg to where feels good. And when I say good, I mean you feel the stretch. So it might not feel necessarily like, oh, that feels fantastic. But it might feel a little intense. We're going to that place of where it feels intense, but bearable. We're keeping the chin lifted, we're keeping the head lifted, we're keeping the chest lifted. So a couple of big breaths. Good, you've got it, nice. One more. And then when you're ready, you're going to inhale to back off. If you need to give that leg a wiggle, give it a wiggle. Because we're going to go again, but this time we're going to inhale. And as we inhale, we're going to take the arms up overhead, lift everything. And as we exhale, we're going to start to fold over that leg. So we're going to start to touch down with the hands, wherever that may be. It may be up here, maybe past the knee, maybe towards the toes. Wherever it is, start to round the upper body. You can round the head here now, I'll let you. You can round the chin, around the forehead down. Just start to feel it maybe a little now through the back of the body. A little bit more so through the back of the leg. Allowing the upper body to become heavy under the weight of gravity. Again, remember you can always put that soft bend in that right leg if it's too intense. Good, so when you're ready, you're going to inhale to back off. Come all the way back up. You can give the leg a little wiggle and a jiggle if you need to, but we're going to keep that leg there if we can. If you need to take it down and just give it a little reset, you can go for that. But if we can, we're going to try and keep that leg there. From here now, what we're going to try and do is face away from that leg. So we're going to try and face so that our body is facing forward. Again, if the leg is bent, don't worry about it, no big deal. The deal is that we want to feel something We don't want to feel pain necessarily. So the body is facing away from the leg as much as we can. We're going to take the right hand in front of the right leg, but touching, so the back of the hand is touching the leg. We're going to take a big inhale here, flex those right toes, and as we exhale, we're going to slide sideways down that leg. So it doesn't matter where you come to. You might come to here and you're feeling it. You might come all the way down to the heel, or you might come past. Again, we don't want the chest to look down if we can help it. We want the chest to remain open. If you want a little bit extra, you can take the left arm up and over the left-hand side of the head. Try not to touch the head, try not to rest the arm on the head here. Engage that arm, nice side stretch. Use the core here as well, don't sort of give up on the core here. You still want to use the muscles in the center of the body here to protect everything as we bend and flex. Couple of big breaths. I've been way too serious tonight, haven't I? I've not made any funnies really. Usually I don't take myself very seriously at all. It's like a physical impossibility of mine. I've always been a clown. Good, so when you're ready, inhale, we're going to bring it on up. And we're going to relax that leg down. Yeah. So, when we're ready, we're going to shift it on over to the right hand side of the sofa. If you've got a massive sofa, you probably don't need to shift from side to side, but I am working literally with 3 dining room chairs here. Maybe you've got a little space like me. Good, so same thing opposite side. We're going to take the left leg up onto the sofa or the bed or wherever we are. Nice, we've got it, and we're going to make sure that the body is facing that left leg, that outstretched leg. You can't really see through my very fancy cushion here, but I'm flexing that foot in towards my face. And then when we're ready, we're going to inhale, take hands to leg, inhale, lift the upper body. And as we exhale, we're going to slide those hands down that outstretched leg, keeping the upper body lifted, so keeping the head lifted, keep your chin lifted, keep your chest lifted here. We're just looking for a stretch down the hamstrings of the left leg. Again, you can always put soft bend in the knee, no biggie. You just want to feel a stretch in the hamstrings here, nothing else. Good, you've got a couple of big breaths. Nice, so when you're ready, you're going to inhale to back off. Give the leg a little wiggle and a jiggle if you need to. We're going to come straight back at it. We're going to engage that foot again if you've lost it, so flexing the left foot. So this time we're going to inhale the arms up. And as we exhale, we're going to fold over that outstretched leg. So don't worry about where your arms come to. The aim of the game isn't to touch the toe. People always think they have to touch the toe here. We're just looking for a stretch, okay? So letting the upper body be nice and heavy here. Again, you can bend that knee if it's too much. Allowing gravity to take you. You're coming up heavy and soft here up top. Nice deep breaths as you let go. Just noticing whereabouts you're feeling it in the body. Good, so when you're ready, we're going to inhale, start to come all the way back up. Again, if you need to reset that leg, you can take it down, give it a wiggle, whatever it is you need to do. Just give the leg a little wiggle here if it's starting to feel a bit crazy. So from here, again, we're going to start to turn to face away from that leg. So if you took your leg down off the sofa, hopefully you can put it back up. And this time we're going to turn away from that leg. We're going to turn to face forward, keeping the leg out. So engaging the toes again, pulling the toes in of that left leg. Taking the left hand to the inside of the left leg. Drink when you hear me say left leg. So big inhale here, and as we exhale, we're going to slide the left hand down the left leg. Nice side stretch. It doesn't matter where that hand comes to. We're just looking for a stretch in the side of the body, maybe a little stretch in the hamstrings. And if you want the optional extra, right arm comes up and over. If you're super flexy, you might be able to grab those toes. But if not, you can hang out up here, it's fine. I'm going to hang out up here. A couple of deep breaths into wherever you're feeling it. Good, you've got it. Ooh, droopy arm. See if you can engage that arm up above if you've got the arm over your head. Catch myself out sometimes. So easy to be lazy, especially this time of night. Good, you've got it. Couple more big breaths. When you're ready, inhale, bring it on up. Exhale to come out of that, so bring that leg down. So we've got a bonus pose at the end. It's not for everyone, but you can give it your best shot. So we're going to have a little butt stretch. So it's nice and easy, this one. We usually do it lay down on the floor, and we can do it here on the sofa too. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the right leg, we're going to bring it in towards the chest, give it a hug and a squeeze. Give the ankle a little roll here if you need to. So the idea is to try and get the foot a little bit higher than the left knee. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and put the outside right ankle onto the left knee. So it's kind of like how you'd imagine someone sat in a waiting room reading a newspaper. So if you're happy here, you can keep it here if you've got it here. If you haven't got it here, you can straighten the left leg out and have the foot come a little lower, maybe below the knee. But wherever you are, you want to try and get it above that knee. I know that not everyone could do this. Tried to get my boyfriend to do it earlier and he didn't look very comfortable at all. So it is a bonus pose. If you don't want to do it, you can skip this one out. You can come back to just going in for the hug and roll. Hug and roll. But if you have got it over here and you want to make it a little bit more, maybe this is enough. Maybe you're like, damn, this is really doing it for me. If you want to go a little further, you can take the right hand and apply a little bit of pressure to the right knee. One option. Or the other option would be to take a little bit of a forward fold here over that leg. Again, can also be quite intense. So wherever feels good for you, you can go for that for a couple of breaths. Breathing into that space in the right hip, maybe the right buttocks. Good, you've got it, nice. Smile as you breathe. Good, one more big inhale. And then when you're ready, start to ease out of that one. Come out of that one wherever you are. Give the legs a little wiggle if they need it. So same thing, opposite side. Last one now, and then we're going to start to think about chilling out. So we're just totally drowned in my own saliva. Bring the left knee in towards the chest. Give it a hug and a squeeze here. Again, you can roll the left ankle here. Oh, that was nice, a little crunch. Good, so you can keep it here. If crossing the leg over isn't for you, you can really iron out the crunches in that toe. You can really iron out the crunches in the feet and the ankles here. If you want to, you can bring that outer left ankle over the right knee. Here is brilliant if you're feeling it, if you're feeling a bit crazy already. If you want to go a bit further, again, you've got the option using left hand to coax left knee away. Don't be too aggressive with it. Or if you prefer, you can start to go for the forward fold. Taking a little fold over that leg and taking a few breaths here. So whichever variation you're taking, chill and breathe. Chill and breathe. It's all about the breath. Inhaling and exhaling. Always being aware though when you're in stretchy poses like this, or even when you're in intense poses where you're having to use a muscle and the muscles start to ache, just notice where you feel it. Become aware of what's happening in the body. It's a way of keeping ourselves in the present moment, keeping the mind in the present moment. So yoga isn't just about getting fit. It's also about the health and well-being of the mind, of course. And sometimes when you're in quite an intense pose, it's actually impossible for the mind to be anywhere else. So it keeps you in the present, keeps you in the here and now. And that's one of the brilliant things I find about yoga, is it's just so versatile. Good. So wherever you are, big inhale. And then when you're ready, you can start to think about easing out of that one, releasing the leg if you need to, give yourself a little bit of a wiggle. So we are going to start to think about coming into a relaxation. So if you do have the space to do so, you might want to recline on your sofa, recline on your bed, you might want to climb up onto the floor and recline, or you might just want to slump back and chill in your sofa or your armchair or wherever it is you are. So wherever you are, come to a nice comfortable position where you can completely relax for the next 5 minutes. Maybe you want to go ahead and grab a blanket or put some socks on, anything that feels good here to really settle yourself in. So you get yourself comfy, and I'm going to get myself comfy and ready to talk you through this relaxation. Of course, if relaxation isn't your thing, you can feel free to go ahead and go about your evening. But if you are staying, well done for giving yourself that time and this time. Good. So closing the eyes if you can. Going back to the breath. And going back to the exhales. Coming back to the out breaths. And with each exhale that you take, see if you can start to allow the body to become a little bit heavier. Allowing another part of you to soften and melt. Allowing the feet and the toes to melt a little bit deeper with each exhale that you take. Allowing the lower legs to soften, dissolve. Through the kneecaps and up into the thighs, the upper legs. Allowing everything to become heavy and relaxed with each exhale that you take. Allowing the buttocks to become soft and the hips. All the way up into the back, the lower back. The space around the belly button. The sides of the body. All the way up into the ribs. Each and every rib. The middle back. All the way up to the upper back, between the shoulder blades. All the way up into the shoulders, around the chest, and the center of the body where the ribs meet. Softening, relaxing, melting with each exhale that you take. Allowing the arms to become heavy here. Heavy arms, heavy upper arms, lower arms, hands, fingertips, thumbs and palms. Allowing the neck and the throat to be soft here. Allowing the face to soften up, the jaw, the tongue, the teeth part. Allowing the lips to be soft around the mouth. Allowing the eyes to fall a little bit deeper into the sockets as you let go. The forehead is smooth and cool. The eyebrows part from one another. Just allowing the back of the head to be soft. The space around the ears. Allowing the entire body to be so relaxed that it barely exists at all. Momentarily disappearing into a space of relaxation. Just you, yourself, your breath, and this moment that you have created for yourself. Good. So you can stay where you are if you want for the rest of the night, for the rest of the evening, for the rest of the day. But if you are ready, to come back into your living space, you can start to become aware of the body once more. Aware of your body as it touches the furniture that you are on. Aware of your fingers, aware of your toes. Aware of the smile that might be emanating from your face. And if you want to come back round, maybe if you've got the space to do so, you can take a little stretch, a little starfish stretch if you're sat up, a little out long stretch if you're reclined. And then when you're ready, if you want to come back up to a seated position, you can. If you're already seated, then you're already seated. So I'd like to finish off the practice, same way as I always do. Hands together into a prayer-like position, and we bring them through the forehead, towards the lips, and down into the heart. To remind us to have kind, loving, happy, peaceful thoughts, words, and intentions in all that we do, in all that we think about, in all that we talk about. Namaste, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me for this little chair yoga small space stretch. If you have any feedback, I'd love to hear it. If you have any pictures of your setup, I'd love to see them. If you have any suggestions on anything that you would like to try, I am open to suggestions as to why we're doing sofa yoga today. You can leave me feedback here, so when I upload this video you can leave it in the comments below, which will be in about 5 minutes time. You can catch me on Possy Yoga on Instagram, Possy Yoga on Facebook, so that's Possy Yoga on either of those platforms. And also subscribe to the YouTube channel so that if I pop up spontaneously you won't miss a session, or maybe if you didn't catch one of my posts you won't miss a session. So thank you so much for joining me. Namaste, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your evening.